King of the Court, one of your rides on Thursday night. You've got a decent book of rides, and with him, he's a winner last time out. Did the job quite well.
Yeah, he did. The second section of that race, he got it quite cheaply and was able to sort of dictate it completely his own terms. So that definitely benefited him. And yeah, he went on to win a good race. But I just enjoyed the fact that it was his first time stepping up in trip, and yeah, he clearly got the distance. And although they were running on to come and get him, he wasn't lying down. He was tough to the line. So, yeah, it was a win full of merit, and hopefully he can continue in that vein of form.
He did a really good job from an outside draw as well. And I guess the fact that you mentioned he was able to dictate, that certainly played into his strengths against the others.
Yeah, especially considering how the race shaped out. But fortunately, I don't think he's a horse that is necessarily just a leader. His earlier form showed that preferred being a bit further back and coming with a strong run. So at least he's got a bit of tactical versatility, which is always a bonus.
He's in 10, so I guess if you did want to go forward, you've got to try and replicate last time out, but you're confident that he doesn't necessarily have to lead?
Yeah, I don't think he has to. But yeah, the draw doesn't help. You know, he would have loved an inside draw and have a cosy run just behind 1 or 2. But I think we're going to have to be a bit more affirmative from the gates on what we want to do. But with a good trip again, certainly capable. I think that his last win his rating was below his mark, so he probably still has a few in hand.
Interesting you say that, because he placed on his debut off of obviously the 52, which they come over on, so off of 46. He might just have 1 or 2 pounds up his sleeve, do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, and there was some runs where he ran in the money and the form has worked out, so yeah, I think that when he gets it all right, he's certainly capable.
Lyle Hewitson, HK Dragon, I suppose he should be known as, was a good winner last time out. He was quite authoritative in the end on his return to action, having been off a while.
Yeah, all accolades to Dougie and the team. He's a big horse, and coming off a long rest to get into the race in good condition and go and win like that was a fine job by them. I was fortunate that my race worked out really smoothly. Early in the run, I was happy with my position, but unfortunately, one of the horses in front of me sort of wasn't taking me into the race. And just as we got over the climb, I was able to get a pair closer without doing too much work and got a tack into the straight. But then he let down really nicely and hit the front and sort of ambled too, going through the line. So he would have stripped fitter, bit of confidence again from another win. And yeah, he's a horse that I think deserves to be in Class 3.
He's got plenty of substance to him, Lyle. I mean, he's going up in grade. He's still relatively light. He races only start 16, but he's won 3 times. So I guess you don't know until you try. But into Class 3, would you be confident that he can sort of build on what he's done in Class 4? Yeah,
I certainly do. He's a horse that a lot of his runs he was probably also a little bit unlucky because he gets back and runs on. So he was running at Sharton, and you do need a lot of luck with the tempo and that to make it up from there. But you know, he's just shown so much tactical versatility in terms of the tracks that he's got back at Sharton and run on, and he's made a mid-race move at Happy Valley. He's come from behind at Happy Valley, and he's just he's managed to get all 3 wins in good fashion. So I think going up to Class 3 will probably be to his liking as well, with a genuine tempo. And yeah, I don't think that he's finished winning.
I guess the slight concern, just finally, is that second up record's probably not the flashiest in the book. 0 from 3, second up after a lengthy absence. I guess that's always a concern in the back of your mind as well.
Yeah, look, I think Dougie will do what he has to do to alleviate that, and I must say his work out of that race has been particularly good, best that I've felt him. So, you know, if that is something that, you know, his record doesn't look too good, well, I just know that his homework is showing that he's still in good form.
Zach Purton, your ride in the final race on Thursday night is Hoss, a horse that you know extremely well. 2 from 2 on the back of him. He's been doing good things, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Obviously, he just needed those couple of runs to work things out. And since he's gone to the Valley, he's put in some really good efforts, and obviously with the wins as well. So he's up in grade, but down in weight, and he's drawn well.
You've trialled him recently. It looked like an impressive trial.
Yeah, he's trialling well. So the horse is in good form. Jamie's horses are racing well. You know, there's a lot to like about him.
He is a month between runs, or just over. That was the same case in question between first and second run when you rode him. Is he the type of horse that probably just wants a little bit of time between his runs, do you think?
A little bit. Jamie tends to do that with a few of his horses. He's not in a hurry with them, and he can space their runs a little bit. You know, it's worked previously, so he's sticking to it.
He continues in good form, so too do you. I don't think we spoke to you since the weekend. Many congratulations on a 3rd Doncaster. That was a pleasing trip to go and achieve another win there.
Yeah, it was, especially with the Hong Kong connection here with David as well. And you know, it was good for the boys. They're training really well. Their stable's flying, and the horse is obviously very honest. You know, he's won $9 million Aussie in prize money in his last 2 starts, so it's not easy to do.
Imagine if he was to venture across to Hong Kong, you'd like to put your hand up for him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, we've got some nice horses here in Hong Kong as well, but he'd certainly be an option, and you know, there's a lot of time between now and then, so we'll let it play out and see what happens.